Vegas knows.
Fortunately, the weather cleared up. Any questions regarding this game as we get ready?
Just how anxious or excited are you for the start?
Look, I think naturally when it's week one of the regular season, your players, coaches, you're excited to get going. You spend a lot of time covering all the little details, things that can come up in your first game. A lot of it are the things that are specific to this team we're playing, Tampa Bay. We thought they look real good in the preseason. Obviously, it's a divisional opponent, and so both teams are familiar with each other's personnel for the most part, and to some degree the scheme. It'll come down to the little things.
And I think most people, notice or recognize how great the offensive line was last year. But do you think offensive lines, no matter what, are like sort of always underappreciated? Just the nature of the job.
Well, look, the first thing for the fan is they follow the football, and it's generally away from where the offensive line's playing. I think more and more with the coverage we have, though, and the in-depth coverage, when you get to all the analysis that's done with television shows, I think when you start seeing a team have success offensively, it generally starts with that position group. I think it permeates your team really when you have a good offensive line. So we got experience returning. That's important. We'll play a good defensive front, so we'll have a good challenge on our hands.
Does it add anything to an opener when it's a division team as opposed to somebody else?
Yeah, to some degree. Someone asked me if it's worth double. I don't think that. I mean, we have 16 units. We have 16 games to play. Certainly in the division. I think the players compartmentalize. I know we do, and we focus on this game, and so it's a divisional game. If it wasn't, we'd focus on the non-divisional game. Nonetheless, it's still an opportunity to get your first win.
Edge rusher was obviously a big priority for you guys in the offseason too. Did you take a long look at the guys that they ended up signing as well?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. When the first step after the season is evaluating your own roster, and then we get into free agency. We discuss players that we think might come available, and then you shift a little bit more to the draft. So, yeah, those are some good football players, obviously, from New York and Philadelphia. They've addressed their front, and you can see it when you watch them play.
Sean, in your experience, there ever any carryover from one year to the next, good or bad, or is it usually just every year?
Start again, and yeah, I think so. It's too much change. Schedule's different. Players are different. I think that it's a mistake if you feel ever like you're going to just pick up where you left off. Certainly there's some experience now with players that maybe were in their first year last year, but nonetheless,